into the ring, the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle Talk, we're here to shine. Flagship of the airways, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle Talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
What's good, everybody? It's your guy, Carl Carafel, here with another edition of Turnbuckle Talk. Something strange is coming to WWE Raw. This is Turnbuckle Talk, episode 456, the last one of 2025. I am joined alongside Chris Best, Chris Parrish, and Bubba Duke as well. We have got four of us. We have got a good cast of characters here. And today, we don't have a lot of news that we're going to be covering, but we are going to cover some. And then we're just going to kind of enjoy each other's company for the last little bit of this and just maybe reminisce a little bit about the year that was 2025 for all of us when it comes to not just Turnbuckle Talk, but the Turnbuckle affiliation program, Turnbuckle Studios, and all of our shows as a whole. So stick with us, be here for the show, comment, jump into that chat along with us, and let's have an amazing show. Guys, thank you, first off, for not only being here with me tonight, but for everything that has been done throughout 2025 to make Turnbuckle Studios the success that it has been in this past year. It's been a slow growth, but there has been growth. One of those things I haven't shown you guys or told you guys yet, but as of last night, we hit 50,000 views on YouTube.
Nice.
That's huge. That is absolutely monumental for us here, at least, considering we had to restart the channel. We had to restart everything. We've gone through a little bit of a rebrand with things, with different shows as well. And for us to hit 50,000 views, thank you.
Yeah, I would credit the fans for that. Definitely. Our viewers are some of the best viewers that we have, bar none. So I want to say thank you to the viewers for joining us on our programming to make it what it is.
I think
Yeah,
go ahead, Parrish.
No, just definitely the backbone to all of our success. So if you guys are hitting that notification bell button, you're hitting that subscribe, it goes a long way. And that 50,000 views just is a pleasure that we can do for all of you. We can only look forward to 100,000.
I know it's going to come soon. I can feel it. Oh, I know it's going to happen. Yeah.
Definitely.
Something else that's happening. Something that's pretty exciting that's happening. We're going to be getting a PLE, not in North America once again, but we're going to be getting a PLE. Exciting news for those in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is according to multiple sources that are out there who are saying that WWE's Backlash will be going to Puerto Rico in 2026. Wow. How are you guys feeling about the PLEs going outside of North America and going more international?
Well, I'm going to correct you, Carl. Puerto Rico is a part of North America. Um,
I thought it was part of South America.
no, it's North America.
Oh, well, my bad. Oh, I didn't.
Anyways,
It's not in the continental United States.
yeah, it's a territory of the U.S. as well.
Okay, well,
But
geography wasn't my thing.
eh, but I'm actually very excited about this because I mean, uh, we're always going to draw a comparison to the last time a PLE was in a certain country, and the last time they did a PLE was in fact Backlash in 2023, and
Yeah.
that was a wild show. I would love to see. I know you can't replicate that kind of magic again, but I'm hoping that this is going to be just as wild as that previous show was. And the Puerto Rico crowd, I mean, I've asked Savio Vega about this too, and he said the Puerto Rican crowd is wild.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they need. For sure, that's what they need.
Something to add too is the representation of just the roster that is of Puerto Rican descent. You namely look at former world champion Damian Priest, right? And that it means something to him. He got to main event the last one with Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny had just that iconic entrance. And I think that's something that you take from the last Backlash, and you just saw how special it made Bad Bunny feel, and that was a moment in time. And the fact that Backlash in Puerto Rico in 2023 created one of those moments, you can only imagine what it's going to create on the next time around. Plus, when you bring in a whole different crop of talent and you're looking at maybe somebody like Zelina Vega, and maybe they can have an iconic crowning achievement moment where maybe Zelina Vega becomes a women's world champion at some point. Who knows? This is why we're watching every year, because we don't know if Zelina Vega might win a Money in the Bank, could cash in, things like this. All these moments could lead to something even larger than what we even could imagine, and it's just good for everyone, because we tend to get spoiled in North America when it comes to WWE, and we kind of overlook how important it is for other people to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both of you gentlemen and add, remember, because we all remember 2023, how just over the top the crowd was, how excited they were to have their first WWE live pay-per-view being shown from their country. I agree. Yes. Damian Priest was over the top, happy about being part of it. Who could we throw at this pay-per-view to make it, I'm not going to say better than the last one, but it's kind of what your goal is to make the last pay-per-view, this one now, better than the last one. So who do we throw at this pay-per-view as far as a Latino standpoint? Because they speak Spanish, they're Spanish-speaking people there. How do we make this just that much better? I mean, we got a bunch. Like you could go through the whole roster. There's a ton of them that I would throw at this pay-per-view to make it that much more home feeling. Not that it's just WWE's coming here with a roster that really doesn't matter. No, you want to go there with a roster that these people are spending their hard-earned money for, because it's not exactly the richest country in the world. There's some people there that have a hard time, and those are the people you want there, because their heart, when you spend money for something, your heart is in it. So you're going to be over the top excited. You're going to be that person with that giant banner saying, whoever sucks and Damian Priest is the best in the world, or Zelina Vega is the best women's champion because whatever. I feel that if they don't get the right chemistry for this show, it's not gonna be good. But I have a feeling they know what they're doing, obviously, because they wouldn't be going back there.
And Bubba, you posed an interesting question there about who could be on the top there. Right off the top of my head, we're going to be talking about him later on. Dominic Mysterio.
Right. I heard though he's not. Is this
We're
after
going to
he
talk
comes
about
back?
that later.
Yeah, after he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is happening
Okay.
after.
It,
Yeah.
it
So
it's slated for May 9th, the show.
Yeah.
okay, so he's going to come in as your AAA champion, and if he doesn't have to relinquish the Intercontinental title, which I don't think he does, so he's coming in to that pay per view as a two-time champion, double champion. Sorry.
Yeah,
What
as a full double champ. Yep.
what a better person, even if he's not wrestling, just have him host the show even as the double champion, and then maybe have someone come challenge him, whoever. Damian Priest come out to, blah blah blah.
Maybe that's where you
It's
start the. Maybe that's where you start the suspected Rey Mysterio Dominic feud that could be taking over the summer of this year,
right.
this coming year.
Carl, I want to ask you kind of your thoughts, because you've had such a like you've shared a lot of like time in the ring or with the CWA as they visit with a lot of Puerto Ricans who come through. Just by talking to them, how much do you know this means to Puerto Rican wrestlers, and how much does this excite you?
So it's very exciting for me. I've said in past shows that I love that the WWE is becoming part of the world that's in their name of World Wrestling Entertainment, and to go to other places is what is needed, is what should be done. I do kind of worry about this PLE just a little bit, because it's happening, I think, about 3 weeks after Mania is happening. So it might kind of like people might be kind of tired. I guess is the best word that I could use. People might be tired, and then have 3 weeks later another PLE that's there. But thankfully, most of the PLEs nowadays, you're not having to spend $60-$70 for high definition of a pay-per-view on closed circuit television anymore, right? But the Puerto Rican community is even more appreciative of it. The excitement is definitely there, but there is such a rich history within professional wrestling of Puerto Rican descent that a lot of people don't know and don't understand. All you got to do is just kind of do a Google search for it, and you will see the number of top tiered names that have been included within the halls of professional wrestling from Puerto Rico.
I mean,
And I think it's going to be
that's enough said.
fantastic for Puerto Rico themselves, for the people that are there, and to allow them to witness maybe something a little different from what they get at home, because it is a little bit different in different areas. When you go and think of professional wrestling, Japan has their own style of things. Mexico has their own style of things, and I know that even Puerto Rico has their own different style when it comes to in-ring competition. Savio Vega has mentioned that to me, saying that it's a total different style of wrestling, while it still holds the same values as the rest of the companies. It's just got its own identity as well. And I think being able to see a little bit of different identity is going to be a world of beautifulness for the people in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and even if you go and watch Puerto Rican wrestling, I've watched Savio Vega's IWA, and I've even watched Carlos Colon's promotion. I love that there's two different contrasting styles between the two promotions as well, and I love the fact that this is a possibility that we could see these two contrasting styles, because they both also have a working relationship with the WWE. It'd be nice to see both these styles represented at Backlash as well.
As I'm sure it will be. Yeah, for sure. Just want to kind of give everybody a little bit of numbers here for a minute. Back in 2023, Puerto Rico had SmackDown before the PLE. Now, the SmackDown was able to sell 14,282 tickets and had a gross gate of $1,048,295. Whereas Backlash the next night, back in 2023, sold 15,145 tickets and generated a $1,447,558 gate. Now that is huge. That is amazing. Just showing that it is successful. The event was beautifully done both nights of that, and they really did, like we talked earlier, showcase the Puerto Rican stars, right, that are part of the roster, and maybe not all of them, but definitely we're able to showcase the ones that were prominent at the time.
And I mean, that night we also saw the return of a Puerto Rican wrestler in Carlito that very same night,
who was here like 2 weeks before that. So how big a secret was that? Because he obviously knew that he was going there when he was here wrestling for the CWE, and said nothing. Because I had asked him, "Hey, what's your plans after? What do you got going on?" Because I was going to try to do an interview with him, and he just said, "I'm booked. I'm sorry, but I'll get back to you." And then 2 weeks later, he's showing up at Backlash as a member of the LWO and just absolutely lighting my light and getting me excited for the show.
I think some of a big match that you can even think about, like just a dream match for the entertainment aspect of WWE, is Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Who would play a bigger villain in Puerto Rico than Logan Paul? Yeah. And who is more decorated of a hero in Puerto Rico than Bad Bunny? And you put those elements together and you can create magic and moments. And you can even add guys like Damian Priest on the side of Bad Bunny. You can add a Paul Heyman to Logan Paul and things like that. I'm very intrigued with the moment that this is going to provide, because you're not going there just for another show. It's going to mean something and it's going to matter. And I think that's what's very cool about WWE heading back to Puerto Rico.
Summed it all up nicely.
Yeah. So we do know and believe that right now, May 9th, Backlash is most likely going to be back in San Juan. And yes, it's reasonable to assume that there is going to be Bad Bunny inclusion, which I am definitely okay with. Something else that we're okay with is people who like to help. And we absolutely love the help and the support from everyone. Everybody's got their own talents when it comes to things that they like to do, whether it's online, whether it's in print, whether it is writing, whether it is editing, all of these different things. And we appreciate the recommendations and the different things that people have brought to us. And for you, if you're watching this for the first time and you want to help us out in any way, shape, or fashion, well, we are more than accepting. And here's how you can find out how to help us.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And over on turnbucklestudios.org, there is a little link button for you to click that says join, where you can go, you can take a little read through kind of what we're looking for, and then fill out a little form letting us know your talents and what you can bring to the table for us. It gets emailed to us, and then we can take a look at it and get back to you. Something else that we would love for you to do over on our website, it's right up at the very, very top of the website. You can go ahead and click to vote for the Turnbuckle Studios Awards. That show is going to be happening. At this point, it's going to be happening on the 6th of January. I will preface that by saying it is going to be a recorded show. A number of us are not available to be there, but we will be doing it in a recorded fashion and then putting it out for you on Tuesday, January the 6th, in placement of Turnbuckle Talk. So please go over to turnbucklestudios.org. Right up across the very top says click here to vote in the award show. We would love for you to do that. Somebody that is very passionate about what he does, somebody that we've already talked about a little bit today. And we have a little bit of unfortunate but positive news when it comes to Dominic Mysterio. Now, we do know that he was removed from some shows due to a possible or a shoulder injury. Well, we thought he was going to be gone for a long time. Thankfully, it's not going to be that bad. We have found out that Dominic does not need surgery, and that we're looking at about only 3 to 4 weeks for him to be out. Very fantastic news.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that he is good and that this isn't as serious as they once thought it to be.
Yeah, the news broke to me Saturday morning, and that's when I shared it with you guys. And all weekend I was like, okay, if this is actually a serious injury, what do they do with the AAA title? What do they do with the Intercontinental?
Yeah.
And even yesterday, when on Raw, when Joe Tessitore kept on bringing it up, and they were like, "We're trying to get as much information as we can about the injury. We'll let you know as soon as we know," that sort of thing. But I thank God he's not injured, and I've got to he's not that badly injured. But I got to wonder if he actually went to the same doctor that Penta went to, because Penta kind of came back past last night too.
Yeah, he sure did. Thankfully, Dominic Mysterio, the one we're talking about right now, is going to be okay in about 4 weeks. And I want to say 4 weeks just so that we can ensure that he is going to be given the time that's needed for him to get better quickly.
Yeah, we know that he did suffer that injury during the AAA show, and the unfortunate thing that a lot of people don't know is after that show there was that kind of, not so much roster freeze, but there wasn't a lot of shows during that time. There wasn't any Raw tapings or SmackDown tapings, so WWE actually made sure he got sent directly to a doctor during this time, because usually you would just see one at a show. But with there not being shows, there was a lot of imminent need from WWE's end. There's a lot of stock with Dominic Mysterio, and thankfully it's not reported serious. I know Dave Meltzer, WON, as well as Fightful, they've all reported these claims that surgery is not needed, and thank God, because that's the last thing Dominic Mysterio needs when he just came back, or he just retained or reclaimed that Intercontinental Championship from John Cena in San Diego during that stadium show, and had one of those big moments. He's riding the high of being in 3 of John Cena's last 4 matches. He's had a ton of wave of momentum, and right now the Judgment Day needs somebody like Dom Mysterio, because without him, they don't have JD. They just have Finn Balor. And if you don't have any of the males. You're just looking at the females at this point, which is not a negative thing, but it really, really detracts the Judgment Day. So Dom Mysterio is really an important figure for not just Judgment Day, but the storylines and the mid-card storylines on Raw.
Yeah, it very much so is.
Mhm.
Yeah, very true. I'm gonna agree with you. The last 3 of 4 matches that John Cena had was this young man. That is a huge push for this young guy. Indirectly, a huge push. Not that he really needed it, because I mean, let's be honest. Dom from day one has had heat. Like, let's be real. He didn't need the John Cena push, but it helps legitimize Dominic Mysterio as a professional wrestler. Because John Cena is not just going to wrestle anybody on his farewell tour. Let's be honest. But back to the injury. I'm glad that he's not seriously hurt to the point where he, number one, needs surgery and is going to be out for a long time. Just like Parrish said, he just got the Intercontinental title back.
Yeah.
And just became the first Mysterio to win the AAA Mega Championship. First one. And then to have it ripped away because he got injured, that would break not only his heart, I know, but it would break my heart because I'm a Mysterio supporter through and through. So speedy recovery to him. Glad it's not serious. And Parrish, you're 100% right. They need him in the lineup for not only his group, his faction, but for the roster itself. Because he is pulling in a lot of numbers for this show right now. I would put him at the number 1 heel spot when he's playing the heel. So thank goodness he's coming back and in a timely fashion. And I hope they make the comeback of him coming back to the show something very special.
I hope so as well. And I mean, it does, 4 weeks does lend to the credibility that we could, have Dominic as part of Backlash, like we kind of talked about and discussed. So for that, I am happy and thankful as well, because that's definitely something that would draw the attention for sure.
And
100%.
That 4 weeks also puts him at around the Royal Rumble as well.
Right.
So at least they're not losing. At least they're not losing a major star for a spot in the Royal Rumble at all either.
Very true. And who knows? Maybe he'll come back and maybe he'll win the Royal Rumble, and then maybe they'll give him a new T-shirt. That would be absolutely fantastic. But if you're looking for a T-shirt from maybe, Bubba Duke or Chris Best or maybe from the Chris Parrish podcast, well, we do have something available for you. We have started a Redbubble shop, and this just says it all.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And I'll make it even easier. I know carlcarafel.redbubble.com. That's a lot. So instead, go to turnbucklestudios.org. There's a little button there that says shop. You can just click on that. That'll take you to the merch store for Turnbuckle Studios and those that are with the Turnbuckle affiliation program. All you got to do is click on shop and it takes you right there. To all of you that have made a purchase in the year of 2025, thank you. We do get a slight kickback from every order that is placed, and that always goes right back into the programming that we have here. We don't keep it and spend it on other things. I was gonna say some things that just didn't have any relevance at all, like peanut butter sandwiches, but we spend it actually on the shows and giving back to each and every one of you through our broadcasts. I am hoping that somebody else is able to give back to the WWE. And maybe not necessarily give back, but come back to the WWE. I miss my Sexy Beast shirt. I'm going to say that 1,000%. Yes, it was a white shirt, and I normally don't wear a white shirt, but I loved my Sexy Beast t-shirt. And who is that Sexy Beast? Than none other than Chris Jericho. A man that I've had the privilege of meeting several times and having a couple of conversations with. I love that man very, very much, and I definitely want to see him back in the WWE as his contract with AEW expires in like a day or two.
Today, actually.
Corrections, actually tomorrow at midnight. His deal actually expires at midnight on December 31.
Yeah.
And there's already been rumblings that merchandise has already been planned. This is coming all the way from, again, WON and Fightful are already saying there are major plans that WWE is hitting hard. Apparently, there's the rumors that WWE has a retirement angle. I wouldn't buy into any of all that. Obviously, nothing can be set in stone, even if people wanted, because he's still technically a signed, contracted employee to AEW. However, it is expected to the point where even there's people within AEW saying there are no immediate plans for Chris Jericho, and that's been so for quite a long time.
So, can I ask a question?
No.
From
go ahead.
For all you guys. Now, is this a stupid move on AEW's part to let this giant of a superstar go and not try to re-sign him, or do you think they have and maybe he just said no?
I think this is respect given to the to Chris Jericho from Tony Khan. If anybody knows Tony Khan for one thing, he's very loyal to a lot of people, Chris Jericho being one of them. And Chris Jericho has spoke very highly of Tony Khan himself. There is nothing but pure respect with those two. And if AEW is not pursuing Chris Jericho, it's because of respect for Chris Jericho wanting to go back to WWE.
So you think that there's been a conversation between those two gentlemen already, and Jericho just said, I want to go somewhere else. I've done what I can, and it's time for me to move on.
Oh, that's a guarantee. I mean, like when a contract comes to an end, of course the promoter is going to want to talk with you if they feel like there's more value to you as a wrestler. And Chris Jericho, I mean, the name's enough for a value for AEW there. Same for the WWE. And I know that we've talked about possible retirement tours, and there was that rumor that everybody spilled. I'm not going to say retirement tour. I'm just going to say last hurrah for Jericho. Who knows how long that's going to be? Could be 2, could be 3 years. With the way Jericho wants to go.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him still getting in the ring on his cruise that he does. What's it called again? The
Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know that the next cruise doesn't have anybody from AEW on it. So to me, that was a big sign that he's not signing with them, obviously.
Well, they were just that none of those names had been announced.
Okay.
Still, that's all that it is. They've announced the like some of the different acts, some of the different the comedians and some of the musicians.
Oh, some of the
they haven't announced any wrestling talents yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we might still get some from AEW then.
Carl, you've been on the cruise before. How long does the cruise go for again?
Twice I've been on the cruise, and they're 4-day cruises. Last one that I was on was January 26th to the 30th of 2024.
Yeah. I just popped in my head, but imagine if if Jericho does come to the WWE, imagine if they did a Raw and SmackDown on the cruise.
Well, that would be a very interesting thing, considering they did do a Wednesday Dynamite on the cruise. And I do believe that it was the first time ever that a television wrestling program was on a cruise ship.
And did you not attend that show?
I was there.
I remember seeing a Carl Carafel in the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I was watching.
Yeah.
And you're right, Carly. I think it is the first televised wrestling event that has taken place on a cruise, because I thought about the WCW Brews cruise, and I think they only did like house show type matches on those cruises.
Right, which does happen on Jericho's as well. Like they do put on little matches and stuff like that. But yeah, on the very on the second one, on the part deux, and I was on the fifth or on the second, and I've been on the fifth Jericho cruise that happened. And on the second one was the Dynamite episode that was done on there, and a historic Dynamite episode. So I mean, Jericho has really been able to do a lot of amazing things when it comes to the to AEW itself. The very first one included Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Then he was with AEW, and then it just kind of blossomed from there, and you just continued to get AEW and stars from the past that were able to be there. I got a poster over there that I've got signed by a bunch of people like Missy Hyatt, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bushwhacker Luke, Buff Bagwell. So names from the past that were there. I guess the first or the second one that I was on, got to see Jake the Snake Roberts. So yeah, like it's just a really cool idea, and it's something that Jericho did for AEW. It's wild. It's wild what he's done. His contributions are just amazing, just like Bobby Petito and his contributions over the year to us here with Turnbuckle Studios. Good to see you, Bobby. Thank you for coming by.
What do you say?
I also want to put out Mike Johnson from PW Insider Elite is the one who's reporting that not only is there could be merchandising already in place, but it's very well expected that Chris Jericho, if he's signing with WWE, could potentially face a very limited in-ring schedule, kind of like Shawn Michaels from 2009-2010 in only doing a few of the bigger shows. Okay. But I do want to also point out anything you're reading online is all speculation at this point. We may have more information as things transpire, because even Dave Meltzer's reporting that legally Chris Jericho can even be on January 5th of Monday Night Raw, the 1-year anniversary on Netflix, because of his contract running out tomorrow night at midnight. So because of that, it leads for a very interesting time. And it's almost ironic that the man that once was known as the Millennium Man is once again taking the internet by storm at the stroke of midnight on December 31st.
Yeah. Happy New Year to Jericho, right? Like, you're a free man, do what you want.
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, lately it seems like every time Jericho leaves a company, it gets everybody in the wrestling news world talking.
How do you not? It's Jericho.
Yeah.
I also want to add that there has been rumors that even if Chris Jericho is to return to WWE, there are people even saying he may not appear by himself. So if that is to be true, prepare yourselves to have your walls broken down, because this is going to be your highlight of the night.
Oh, God.
The Shockmaster?
Right? Could you imagine?
The Shockmaster?
It would be shocking.
But
I've got him over there.
right? I don't have him. I got, yeah, not yet. Who do you guys want to see realistically? Let's play the hypotheticals, okay? Jericho's coming back. He's showing up the first night or the 1 year anniversary for Raw. Who does he come back and challenge? Who do you put him against first? The first rivalry for this man in WWE again.
I think if he does come back on Raw, he announces his intentions to be in the Royal Rumble.
Well, that's obvious.
But the man who interrupts him, that's what I'm trying to figure
Oh,
out.
okay.
Myself.
So who interrupts him?
Maybe Jericho interrupts somebody.
That's
Maybe
that's
just
what.
maybe.
Yeah,
A certain Hollywood actor called Dwayne shows up on Monday night, and we get a good little reenactment of 1999.
Yeah.
But
I'm down for that.
But we've known some of Chris Jericho's long rivals over the years, especially in WCW. Guys like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. You have a chance to put Dominic Mysterio and Chris Jericho in the same ring. How do you not do that?
Right.
Take my money.
How do you not look at a Grayson Waller and be like, how do we elevate him into a next step? Who could run his mouth just as annoying as Chris Jericho used to do?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's right there. Or maybe, just maybe, you look towards 2026, a year where the phenomenal AJ Styles is also set to retire, and you reform Y2AJ.
Holy cow.
I mean, you could. I think I kind of like a little bit of the nostalgic but new aspect of things. You know, why can't we have Jericho and Dominic Mysterio, where Jericho can go, I whipped your daddy's butt from pillar to post in every place that I wrestled him in, and I'll do the exact same to you. Something like that, right? And then now, okay, now not that Dominic needs the rub at all, but he's getting a rub from Jericho. Like,
Yeah.
please.
I can always hear Jericho form and be like, I whipped your daddy from pillar to post all the way back from the WCW days. And by the way, Rey Mysterio is a great guy.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That little bit of trash talk with a lot of respect kind of thing. That would
Of
be,
course.
that would kill us.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Do you bring Jericho back as the heel or as the baby face? Like, what do you prefer? Personally, heel all day.
Think he's coming back and people are booing?
Yeah, you gotta start Jericho off as babyface all day, every day. But I like what Bobby Stats is saying here, like, because Kevin Owens isn't far off from returning either. What about pairing them two again?
That.
Kevin Owens is reportedly going to be out all of 2026.
Because of his neck still, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard so many different reports and rumors and things about KO's neck that at this point, if he's out for the entire year, it doesn't surprise me, because what I've heard is some pretty bad stuff. Like, they're having to go back in and redo his neck. There's nerve ending issues now. Just a ton of stuff.
Another name that would be just really good is somebody who is making a name of his own, and that's an Austin Theory.
Yeah,
We
I
look
like
at
that
what
one
he's
too.
doing in WWE. He's making a name for himself, and what a better name to elevate yourself into a world title scene
Oh,
than going after Chris Jericho. Austin Theory has defeated John Cena for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. Could he do what Fandango did and defeat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania? I mean,
that's one
Again,
way to elevate a
good
guy
stuff.
that hasn't been around for a while, and he's just taking a step back into the main roster. Then be that ultimate heel and go, why are you back here? That's my spot. And just go after him. That take my money.
And here's the other thing I could see Jericho doing, and CM Punk has already done this when he came back, but I could see Jericho going down to NXT and talking to some of the newer guys there and helping them out to help get their characters over or their in-ring over as well.
You talked NXT. Ethan Page would be just a phenomenal guest too.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
2 Canadians. Yep.
What
That would
what,
be fantastic.
what about a better way to start a faction with Jericho than have him bring some of the NXT guys that are ready to come up and say, I'll teach you the ways here. Here we go. And just have 1 or 2 of them follow him around and be those a new faction of some kind.
Kind of like a learning tree, right?
Well,
Yeah.
right? That's what I was going to get at. Like, I love that idea, but you're going to have the internet wrestling community going, WWE is just copying AEW now. What are they doing? They can't think up anything on their own. They got to copy Tony Khan. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll make
Yeah.
it better anyway.
They 1,000% they would.
Hey.
Yeah.
They would.
Donate the player, just have a con-do attitude.
That's right. Con-do attitude. You know what is good for everybody every single day?
Context.
Well, that's a little bit of Turnbuckle Studios.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Polar Nights. Thank you for coming in and leaving us a comment. I'm going to put it up on screen.
There you go.
They say, as a barber, I love this show. It is every stage of beard growth.
I mean, no
love it.
lie.
No lie at all. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. This has been a work in progress for a while. I mean, I keep it clean. I trim it up. I do those things. You know, if I hadn't, it would be, you know, like way down here by now. I'd, you know, but
You'd be you'd be the next Billy Gibbons, eh, Carl?
I would be. I definitely would be. As strange as that seems, it would definitely be true. Just like Monday Night Raw is going to be getting strange. Something that I didn't think was going to be something, but it turns out it actually is something. We've got a collaboration on Netflix with Monday Night Raw and Stranger Things. Now, so I think that this was maybe a little, how do I say this? Lazy. But the official name for this is just Stranger Things Night. Yeah. I think, you know, ChatGPT probably could have given them about 15 different names, official names that they could have used for this that would be better than Stranger Things Night. Okay. But
Yeah.
we are going to be getting something happening on Monday nights, including Stranger Things. Now, Stranger Things, if you do not know, is a series that is on Netflix, and as of tomorrow, I believe it starts its last shows. Its series finale is going to be starting or happening during that.
It's
Yeah,
the last drop.
They had a
I-
few
yeah.
shows already dropped earlier, about a few days ago.
Okay.
The last episode of the series is tomorrow night.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
what they did really was they took the last series, right? Like the last season, and made it into basically mini movies. So they
Okay.
dropped one Halloween, and it's like an hour and a half long. And then they dropped one between Halloween and Christmas. They dropped one at Christmas, and then the next
Right.
one's coming in the next couple days.
Gotcha.
And then it's done.
Okay.
Not totally done. I found out some information.
Oh.
A animated series is coming,
Okay.
continuing the stories, but in anime.
And maybe that's a reason for this partnership then, I guess. I'm not sure. All I know is that, January 5th, technically going to be like the 1 year anniversary of Monday Night Raw being on Netflix. And what's the biggest show on Netflix right now? It's Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
It is. So, I mean, just like Bobby Petito, I've never watched Stranger Things, to be honest. So I know that, you got like the what are they, the demigords and the upside down and stuff like that. Like I know a couple of the names of, but other than that, I really don't know very much about it. So for me, I'm interested because this is going to be something new for me.
And this is something that I thought that Netflix and WWE should have done a long time ago. Take your top shows and put them on Raw. Help advertise each other. And this is one of the examples I did bring up when we talked about when WWE was moving to Netflix, one of our episodes last year. And this is a great way to promote the shows by doing these little themed episode. Or lately we've seen like the stars of whatever Netflix show in the crowd. Kill Tony always seems to be, or Tony Hinchcliffe always seems to be in the crowd. But I like this idea myself, and I'm very intrigued to see how this goes. And there's a lot of things that are slated for this episode. A couple of rumored returns. We already talked about Jericho. Chad Gable is another name that's rumored to show up. But I'm interested. I got to see how this pans out. I myself haven't seen any episodes of Stranger Things, but I'm familiar with the story as well.
I think what I'm curious is like WWE with its different type of characters that they have could have a lot to look at. And when you look at some of the stranger characters in WWE, obviously in current status, you look at the Wyatt Six right there in the forefront.
Yeah.
You could look at Alexa Bliss, who gets a little crazy herself. Even an AJ Lee, she's been known to get crazy from time to time. But if the WWE really wanted to absolutely blow us away, what better way to also give us a re-debut of maybe a star or two, but also go with some collaborations? What about maybe this being the show where Karrion Kross and Scarlett return to WWE and we see a collaboration of Stranger Things with Karrion Kross?
That got me excited.
Yeah.
Dude, I have goosebumps in the hair standing straight up on my arm. Again, I'm going to state, take my money.
And even if you can't get Karrion Kross to do it, I mean, you got Aleister Black and Zelina Vega still as well.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I personally don't like the idea. I don't like it. Because this is just going to open a can of worms that I am not looking forward to. Because my opinion is your show is your show, my show is my show. Don't mix them. I don't want the mix because then this starts a can of worms for WWE that Netflix is going to come to them and go, oh, this is our new favorite show. Put it on yours. And they're going to make it look stupid. They're going to make my wrestling look stupid. I don't care if you have someone come out as a manager type role and they don't get in the ring. Cool. But don't bring out the special effects stuff. Don't bring out this Demigorgon thing. No. Just come out. Hey, we're supporting wrestling. This is our show. Come check it out. Other than that, don't. Please don't.
But it's these type of themed episodes that you got to shut your brain off to the stories. And just shut your brain off and be entertained. And that's something that I myself can easily do. I mean, the Price is Right episode of Raw is one of my favorite episodes ever.
I think too, a lot of people are gonna have a hard time because their show's already filled with stories. Whether when the CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, when you have Rhea and Io going after the tag team championships against the Kabuki Warriors, Maxine defending the Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch. You do have a lot of these stories. I think one of the big things we could see is knowing that Stranger Things is ending as of tomorrow night. This could be WWE's way of trying to pick the audience up and saying, we know something just ended for you. Doesn't mean you can't start something new with us. And this could be a way to bring in a new fan base just by attaching yourself to something like a Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, everybody's allowed their opinion. That's what I love about doing this show with you guys. I understand that's how you feel about it, and I'm happy that that's what you want. I'm good, cool. Just don't oversaturate my wrestling stories with something that doesn't matter to the wrestling stories, is what I'm kind of getting at. Like I said, if you have one of them come down, like 11 come down, and in her outfit and saying that, hey, I know our show's ended, but hey, you can still check it out. It's on Netflix. Come watch it with me. Cool. And then you don't see her again. But I don't want like oversaturation of like all their special effects and monsters and things showing up in the ring, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I'd want like monsters and stuff like that either. But like if 11 were to come out, right, and then, you know, maybe announce a matchup that's going to be happening, or announce a stipulation.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that, I think, would be really cool. Either way, make sure that you are here with us, following along next Monday as we bring you the Raw Patrol. And we are going to be within the Stranger Things universe and the WWE with Monday Night Raw. Once again, we want to make sure that we're letting everybody know to go to the website. Take a look at the very top of the website on the homepage. There is an area for you to go and cast your votes for the Turnbuckle Studios Awards that will be happening in 1 week time. We want to thank each and every one of you for being here with us. And something that you can do is that you can check out each and every one of us by going to turnbucklestudios.org/hosts. There you can click on the picture of the person to see their little spot on the World Wide Web that is there and available for all of you. Guys, once again, we are out of time. We didn't get our chance to really talk about very much within what we've done for 2025. So I just want to say that I am super thankful to each and every one of you, and as well as OM Dynamic, who is spending time with his child. And that is always going to be most important, is the time that you have with your family and able to spend it with them and create those memories. For Chris Best, for Bubba Duke, for Chris Parrish, and for myself, Carl Carafel, thank you all so much for being here with us. Thank you for being with us throughout the entire year. And we want to say, you all are awesome. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling, we stand alone. With news and reviews, we lead the way. Turnbuckle talk every day. Turnbuckle talk every day.